Hello, good evening. I welcome you all to the GRE Preparation Made Easy Verbal Reasoning class by Mrs. Annapurna Murugan. Here are a few instructions for the participants. Make sure you have a stable internet connection and a noise-free environment. We recommend you to use your earphones for best experience. Also, respect your instructor and your classmates. Do not write anything inappropriate on the chat box. We have three packages: bronze, silver, and gold. If you upgrade to silver and gold, you'll get extra benefits like evaluated mock tests and expert university recommendations and so on. We also have free profile evaluation with our experts, comprehensive evaluation, university shortlisting, recommendations report, and doubt clearance. We have free live IELTS classes that is from Monday to Friday, 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. It is a 4-week course. Free Duolingo classes Monday to Friday, 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. It is a 2-week course. We also have this Ubergrad webinar, Study Abroad Loan Masterclass by HDFC Credila. It is a live session with the HDFC manager, one-on-one spot evaluation, discounted processing fees, and so on. You can register for free. It is this Saturday. We have the gold package starting from rupees 499 with extra benefits. Here are a few achievements. This is the Ubergrad website. You can select the country, course, and specialization. When you go on explore, we have countries, universities, courses, and exams to get all the information. When you go on solution, we have free profile evaluation, talk to the counselor, country recommendations, test preparation stores, additional services, and weekly blogs are uploaded. You may go through them. Also, to contact us, you can call us, WhatsApp us, or mail us. When you go on My Test Preparation and click on GRE View Course, we have the weekly recordings and handouts for verbal ability. For verbal ability, we have all the handouts and recordings uploaded time to time. I'll be sharing the link on the chat box. In case of any other query, you may ask through the chat box. Thank you.
Hi, guys. Good evening. I hope everyone is doing good. Okay, let us start today practical approach to the passages. We are going to do the passages. Kindly be responsive in the class. Hi, good evening, Imani. So, yeah. So I need today everyone to be active in the class because I'm good, Imani. Thank you so much. How are you? Yes. Okay. I'll be presenting the screen. As I said, I want you people to uh, be active in the class because you need to active in the sense. Sumaya, it is basically a new batch, but this is the third class. But I mean the third session we have. But today we are going to do the practice of reading comprehension. The first 2 days we discussed about the methods, strategies, and everything. So today we are going to apply that method and everything. So practically on to the passage. Kindly response with your answers. Please put the answers on your chat box. Okay. So, okay. I'm going to present the screen here. I'll explain the question. I'll tell everything. Okay. But just you people need to, what is that? In your portal, you will be having. Yes, here we go with, yes, slideshow. Okay, I'm taking you guys to the passage. Okay. First and foremost thing, what we need to do, guys, we need to take the summary. So how do you summarize? See, every method, if you guys were not in the previous classes, please note down the methods that I'm going to discuss simultaneously. So get back to the passage. As soon as you get the passage, so first thing what you are going to do, you are going to summarize. Okay. Now you guys would be taking your IELTS classes also. Like in IELTS, what we did not see the passage first. Whereas in GRE, you need to see the passage first. Why? You can see the type of passages that you are getting. Both are different. Don't get confused here. So for GRE, you guys need to look at the summary first. Why summary? Because that is the only connection that you people can have. And this connection is very important for you people to solve the questions. And how do you summarize? You people can take first sentence, last sentence, first sentence, last sentence of every paragraph. You will get the idea there. Okay, so now I'll be giving the instructions. You people try to do that. Read the first sentence here. The fossils to century. And so yeah, the second last sentence is here. Only two sentences we have, and sentence means full stop to full stop. That means this particular thing you completely read. And here you will get the topic also, you get the argument also, what exactly is happening here. So look at the passage. Yeah. So I'll try to explain the first passage. The second passage onwards, you guys do it. The fossil remains of the first flying vertebrates, the pterosaurs, have intrigued paleontologists for more than 2 centuries. So that means what? Here, what is the topic they're talking about? What they're talking? They're talking about pterosaurs, the first flying vertebrates, which were called as pterosaurs. This is the topic. You people can make a note. And what is the argument? So that has made paleontologists for more than 2 centuries. It has intrigued. That means what? It has confused. So the remains of this thing, it has confused. But we don't know exactly why it has confused. Okay. So let us try to read. But we got the main, this one. What is that? Argument. What is that? Pterosaurs as confused. So the fossil remains of pterosaurs as confused. So paleontologist. Okay. So now let us read the last sentence here. How such large creatures, which weighted in some cases as much as piloted hang gliders and had wingspan from 8 to 12 meters, solve the problem of powered flight. And exactly what these creatures were, reptiles or birds, are among the questions scientists are puzzled. Now they are saying, they're describing how its body was, and because it was heavy animal, and at the same time it had a flight also. It was flying with that body, because of which they are really confused whether it is a reptile or a bird. Now you people got the ache of it. So that means this passage is basically focusing on pterosaurs. That is the topic. And what is the argument? Scientists are confused whether these are reptiles or birds. That was the introduction. Now, let us see the consecutive paragraph. Here also, I want you people to focus, because you are just summarizing. So just read the first sentence and last sentence to understand what exactly is happening in your paragraph. Okay. Why? The mid of the paragraph will be just explaining the further whatever has been said in the main idea, that we people saw it on the first day itself, isn't it? Perhaps the least controversial assertion about the pterosaurs is that they were reptiles. That means what? Here, mostly they are saying that, so people consider it to be a reptile. Why? The least controversial assertion. That means what? Assertion is a statement. The least controversial means it did not had more of critics. That means they accepted, mostly they accepted that it was a reptile. Pterosaurus was reptile. That means how the argument is moving in the second paragraph. Here they are getting biased. They are trying to say that scientists are focusing that these could be reptiles. Okay. Now, the last sentence is talking about the walking patterns of pterosaurs. When a pterosaurus walked or remained stationary, the fourth finger and with it the wing could only turn upward in an extended inverted. That means it is talking about its walking style. So, and when it walked, what happened to its wing and its this one. Okay. So, but in this paragraph, mainly what they are saying, they're trying to say that pterosaurs were reptiles. That is the least controversial idea they have picked. Got it? So let us see the third paragraph. The pterosaurs resembled both birds and bats in their overall structure and proportions. Now, again, here they are coming to that confusing statement. What is that? It had the resemblance of birds and bats. Now, they are saying the pterosaurs resembled birds and bats, it seems. In what? The structure and proportions. Now, if you see the last statement, see, I'm using only first and last statement. Both the pterosaurs and birds have hollow bones, a feature that represents a saving in fight. So that means pterosaurs and birds, they're talking the similarity. What is that? They have the hollow bones. Fine. In the birds, however, these bones are reinforced more massively by internal studs. That means here they're talking about the difference. That means they said that it appears like birds, but lastly what it is saying, there is a difference in the bone, this one arrangement. So in birds it is different, so they are giving the clarity. That means here what they are saying, so they are refuting the idea that the similarity between birds and pterosaurs that has been presented here. Okay, so what is the thing? So in the third paragraph they are talking, even though it has resemblance, but there is corresponding difference between birds and pterosaurs. Right? Now, although scales typically cover reptiles, the scales cover reptiles, the pterosaurs probably had airy coats. Although we did this, although in the sense, even though it is reptiles will have the scales, but we see pterosaurs are covered with airy coats. That means pterosaurs, instead of this one scales, it has airy coats. Okay. So now the next thing, the last thing it is talking about is what? The recent discovery of a pterosaurus specimen covered in a long, dense and relatively thick hair-like fossil material was the first. That means they are giving the evidence here. Pterosaurs have a hairy coats. Even the fossil fuel, what they found, so that also had the same thing here. Okay. And also it is saying that this reasoning, his reasoning, Huxley has said some reasoning. It is not required to read now because we never know that whether we get the question or not. So they are saying that some reasoning done by Huxley is true, and it is also true that pterosaurs were covered by this one. So you got the idea. That means what exactly? That means pterosaurs are indirectly they are saying that it is a reptile. Instead of scales, it is covered with airy coats. Now, efforts to explain how pterosaurs became airborne have led to suggestions that they launched themselves by jumping from cliffs, by dropping from trees, or even by rising into light. That means they are giving the explanation how pterosaurs become airborne. That means how they fly, okay, how they absorb the flying, and they have given three statements here, or three hypotheses they are presenting, three theories they are giving here. Okay, the wind that made such waves, however, might have been too strong for pterosaurs to control their flight once airborne. That means it is talking about the drawback. What is that? Whatever the winds we had, okay, so that was too strong for pterosaurs to control their flight. That means with that particular theory, the flight, whatever is there, that cannot be justified. Okay, so that is the thing we basically have. Overall, we have an image. Overall, what is the image? They are talking about pterosaurs. Scientists are confused whether it is reptiles or whether it is your this one, what is that, your birds. And we have theory supporting it is mostly reptiles, but we have consecutive theories where in spite of a resemblance there is a difference also, and ultimately the flying theories also has been proven to be not this one. Okay, this is the overall image that we have. We didn't do anything. Okay, it can be inferred. Now we are talking about inference question. What is inference question? See, for all the questions, you people will have answers in the passage itself. But for inference question, you see that something is indirectly said. It won't be directly said by the this one author directly. It is indirectly said. For example, inference. What we infer from this class? What we infer from this class? Why we are taking individual questions? Why we are explaining all these things? So we infer from this class that, so the presenters of this class or the organizers of this session want students to feel reading comprehension an easy task, isn't it? But we are not saying it directly. We are giving the steps, we are giving the practice, we are explaining everything. That is the inference. So for every idea, there is an inference here. Okay. Therefore, we can see here, it can be inferred from the passage that scientists now generally agree that. What is that they are agreeing here? Okay. So for this, because it is the overall inference, what we have to do is we will do little different here. Okay. So because it is overall inference, we don't know on what they are trying to infer. So what we do, we try to read only for inference question. For inference question, and we have one more type of question. Which questions could be answered from the passage? If we get that type of question and inference question, we need to look at what is that. So options first. What is the option here? Enormous wingspan of the pterosaurs enabled them to fly great distance. Here they're talking enormous wingspan. That means since the wingspan, the wing was very big of the pterosaurs, that enabled them to fly great distances, it seems. This is the thing they are giving a statement where they spoke about wingspan. So one was in first paragraph, other theory about flying they spoke about in last paragraph. Let's try to see whether that idea is given there. No, this one, not this one. So here see how such large creatures, which weighted in some cases as much as piloted hang glider and had a wingspan of 8 to 12 meter, solve the problems of power's flight. And exactly what these creatures were. That means what? They are still questioning how a animal with such a big wingspan actually had a flight. That means here you can see that they're not saying that with this wingspan, so the pterosaurs were enabled. They are still thinking, how did it solve? Okay, they have a question mark. They don't have a claim here that this big span was the reason behind flying great distances. That was a question mark there. So therefore, what? This cannot be the inference. You cannot just randomly take, oh, this could be inference because I could see the wingspan word. So flying we saw. So, okay, these keywords are there. Therefore, I can pick it up. No, this can it be the answer? Can it be the inference that you are getting from the passage? After reading the passage, what is the idea that you are getting? Do you think you get this idea? No, they are still confused. That is the reason they have a passage here, isn't it? That is the reason they have an article. Don't go by the words that you see here. You can see wingspan is there, enabled is there, all these things. But you need to go and check it out whether it is correct or not. Okay. So according to the passage, no, this idea is not at all anywhere indirectly present. So therefore, what we won't be choosing that. Okay. Structure of the skeleton of Pterosaurus suggests a close evolutionary relationship to bats. Now they are saying the skeleton of the Pterosaurus shows there is a close relation, evolutionary relationship to bats. In which paragraph it was? They were talking about the skeletons, the bones and everything in the third paragraph, isn't it? So now go to that paragraph. See, if you have the summary, you can directly get on to the paragraph. If you didn't have the summary, if you had not taken the summary, you should have gone through complete thing. So, but here where they were talking about bones and skeleton. So here they resembled both birds and bats in this thing. They are saying it resembled. That's it. Is it saying they had a connection, the evolutionary connection with the bats? And even if you see the further statement also, this is not surprising, because the design of any flying in the this. Are they saying anywhere indirectly saying that the skeleton of bats and pterosaurs were extremely, I mean, they had some connection in their evolutionary development? Is it saying, guys? No, right? It is not dealing that they were something related creatures. They're not trying to say that. If that is not said, why you will take that this has been indirectly said? It is not said. It is not that relationship. They are not saying in their structure. They resemble. Resemble is very, very different than the evolutionary development, isn't it? Evolutionary development means we can say that apes and human beings have an evolutionary relationship. Okay. But whether that kind of instance are they giving here in this paragraph? No, it is not, right? Therefore, we cannot take this also into our consideration. Fossil remains of pterosaurs reveal how they solved the problem of powered flight. No, this is the question, right? If you see first paragraph also, and if you see the last part also, guessing the what is that we have. So how they solve the problem of powered flight? Is it saying that there is no clarity only? Still the scientists are confused about this. So therefore, what it is, we can say that this also cannot be there. Pterosaurs were reptiles. Whether this is the given answer? It could be. Why? They said, no, the least controversial argument is what? They are reptiles. And also we had a 2-3 paragraph which was directing that it had the characteristics of reptiles, isn't it? In the second paragraph itself, you have, see, they have stated, perhaps the least controversial assertion about pterosaurs is that they were reptiles. That means indirectly they are saying that we can consider that, so pterosaurs are reptiles, isn't it? It is. And also we had a proof here. No, they don't have any, like they have difference between birds. And here it is having the resemblance with reptiles. Okay. And here also it proved like it could have not had the flight. Okay. So that means what? More or less they are trying to direct that. So pterosaurs were reptiles, isn't it? So this could be considered. But however, let's try to see. Pterosaurs walked on all four legs. So all four legs it should be. Like, so where this about walking, it was spoken in the second paragraph. You guys see. In the second paragraph, kindly go through and see whether it is saying that pterosaurs walked on all the four, this one, legs. Just go and see the anatomy of the wing. This is this. In pterosaurs, a greatly elongated forefinger. This. The other fingers were short and reptile. This in both second finger and this. So if the pterosaurs walked on, their question is that if they're guessing if it walked on all fours, the three short fingers may have been employed for grasping. It's just they are thinking, but are they stating that they walked on it? No, if it walked there, this could have happened. So this is a guesswork they are doing. But are they trying to, what is that, state it very properly like here? Pterosaurs walked on all fours. Are they properly stating that? No. If they walked on, that means they are guessing there. No guessed things cannot be considered here, right? And you could see how trappy the options are. This also they have discussed. They have discussed this also, and this also. But what? They are not discussed in a very, what is that, proper. They have not suggested. Some, they have a question mark on all of these things. Only this thing is clearly stated here. I mean, indirectly stated. So therefore, what is the answer that you guys need to pick out of A, B, C, D, and E? Can you people text me quickly? I've given you the answers. D, very good. D is the answer. Hope you guys understood now how to take up the inference question. I'll repeat once again. Inference is nothing but unstated idea. But indirectly they are stating. You people need to, what is that? Identify it. So the logic is given. They are indirectly speaking, but it is not present directly. So all of the ideas, whatever you see, you need to get back to the passage and refer back and see, and you need to eliminate there. Okay. So the only idea which is very stable, which is basically directed. So only that idea can be taken as your inference. Okay. The next question. The author views the idea that the pterosaurs became airborne by raising into light winds created by waves as. That means don't look into option. Why? Because it is a specific detailed question. Let me tell you why it is specific detailed question. You guys could see that it is focused on the idea that pterosaurs became airborne by rising into light winds. That means here what is happening? So it is focusing on one particular idea. Whenever you get this specific detailed question, in fact, maximum questions that you get, so on specific detailing is what it is based on the specific. You will be getting maximum questions on specific detail. Whenever you get this specific detail, what is that first thing you need to do? You need to get back to the passage and you need to see where this idea is spoken. And wherever that idea is spoken, kindly read that idea properly and understand and have a guess idea. I mean, the shadow answer. That shadow answer, now you come and compare with the given option. So we are not looking at these things. What we are doing, plainly we are looking here. So pterosaurs become airborne by rising into light winds. What was author's view about this idea? Where we have this, it is about the flighting. I mean, the flying thing, it was discussed in last paragraph, isn't it? So I'm not looking through any of the other paragraphs. So what I'm doing, I'm just going to this thing, okay, and I'm trying to say, efforts to explain how pterosaurs become airborne have led to the suggestions that they launch themselves by jumping off the cliffs, by dropping from trees, or even by rising into light winds from the crest of waves. That means they are talking, the third hypothesis is even by rising into light winds. This is the third hypothesis they are trying to see. Let us see what the author is thinking about this third hypothesis. So for that, each hypothesis has its difficulties. That means what? Each of these hypotheses has its difficulties in the sense it is not clearly justifying something. That means author is skeptical. I mean, author is not agreeing with these different theories. Okay. So now you can further get the clarity. Okay. The first strongly assumes the pterosaurs in feet and this. We are not bothered about the first one. The second hypothesis seems unlikely because so large pterosaurs could not have landed in trees without damaging this one. So now the third calls for high waves to channel updrafts. The wind that made such waves, however, might have been too strong for pterosaurs to control their flight once more. That means what here also it is trying to say that the author is giving a reason why the third theory could not be accepted. Why? The whatever the winds that would have been created because of waves, that would have been too strong, because of which the pterosaurus could have not controlled the flight when it started flying there. So that means what? Even this theory is not clearly accepted. That means the author has few doubts on these theory. It has difficulties. The theories have difficulties. That means the author is not basically agreeing with the theory presented by the people with regards to the flight. So therefore, author is not very sure about it. So what is the answer that you people will be taking? You got the shadow answer. So what is the answer that you people? Now I'll not be telling. You people only pick up. What is the B? Divya has answered. What about others? Dwaraka also B. Okay. What about others? Fast. You need to type. I said everyone need to be active. Imani B. Very good. Guys, very nice. Ojas also be very good, guys. You people have got the hake of it. That means author is what is that? Not very happy with the theories presented. Why? Because he has clearly said difficult. So that means understand. So you people are going by the words also. You need to understand the sentences. So here we cannot just go by the keywords there. Okay, so if you had gone by the keywords, you could have seen that. So this is not really explaining what it is. Okay, I mean, it is not directly saying, but here you can see, however, might have been too strong for the pterosaurs to control their flight once airborne. That means it is indirectly saying that this theory I cannot accept. Karke author is trying to say that, but it is said in a very positive way, isn't it? So therefore, what? We understand the movement of the sentences here. Okay, that means understanding each and every sentence is very important when you people read some of these sentences. And also see what was the beauty of our summarization. The summarization made you people to know in which paragraph what is there without even completely reading, isn't it? So that means now that is avoiding your what is that unnecessary this one time usage on going back and forth. You know exactly in which paragraph what is there, isn't it? So that is why we say in the beginning you need to summarize. Now, according to the passage, the skeleton of a pterosaurus can be distinguished from that of a bird by. Now, you people know that. So, the bird's skeleton was different. What was the similarity? Both the bird's bones and this one, pterosaurus bones were hollow, isn't it? But there was one difference. What was that? The bird's bones were very closely, it had more internal studs. And in which paragraph they were talking about? So third paragraph. Don't directly go and pick the answer, because partial answer you guys know, but still when you're getting back, this is also what? This is also your this one, what is that? Specific detailed question. Let us go where it is. So it is in the third paragraph. Okay, you can see where the difference was spoken. It was spoken in the last part. In birds, however, these bones are reinforced more massively by internal studs. That means, so the difference is these birds have more internal studs and the bones have been reinforced more massively into this. So go pick up the answer here. You know that. So, and tell me, what should be the answer? Wow, good. Others also, give a try. Very good, Sahil, Dwaraka. So, Divya also had given answer first. Very good. Very good, guys. So, everyone got the anatomic origin of its wing stud. isn't it? So if you know the shadow answer, you people can easily pick the answers like this. But if we don't know A and B, if we try to go by the keywords, do you think you will be able to pick the this one? What is that answer? No, right? Please go this method. Whatever get you people. This one. What is that? Watch the video of this class again. See what we are doing. What is that we are going around? What we are doing? Why the understanding of question is also very important. Yeah, and you can see that when I'm reading the question, I'm making it a point to understand what has been said here properly, isn't it? That means the see, after you properly summarize, the second important thing that you people need to do is what? You people need to identify the question idea. Don't think that, oh, we'll be marking the keywords and we'll get back to the passage. When you do that, marking the keywords and getting back to the passage, so they won't be having the same keywords at the same context. Why? Because so the person who has written your passage is completely different, and the person who has made your questions completely different here. Obviously the language changes there, and also since it is for exam purpose, definitely they purposefully change the language. That means they use different words, different sentences to express the same thing. Okay, so therefore what you need to do, you need to be very careful, you need to follow whatever we say. Now, let us understand what is this question. Fourth question. The ideas attributed to T.H. Huxley in the passage suggest that he would most likely agree with which of the following statement. That means what? T.H. Huxley has given some idea. According to that idea, what does he is agreeing with? Okay, or what is indirectly they are asking, what is the statement or what is the theory of T.H. Huxley is? Okay, so now where this T.H. Huxley was speaking, it was in the fourth paragraph, isn't it? It was in the fourth paragraph. So what we'll do, whether only I remember the paragraph in which what idea is there, whether you guys also remember in which paragraph what idea was there. Can you give me the confirmation? Whether you guys also remember in which paragraph what idea is given? Yeah, very good. I want that only. I want you people to remember in which paragraph what idea is there. That means it is not just summarizing. While you're summarizing, we need that presence of mind. So let us get back to that fourth paragraph. Okay. What was the main idea? Like reptiles covered with scales. But while pterosaurs have this airy coat systems, let us understand what T.H. Huxley has reasoned. T.H. Huxley reasoned that flying vertebrates must have been warm-blooded. Now, which was the flying vertebrate? Pterosaurus. It had to be what? Warm-blooded. Because flying implies a high rate of metabolism, which in turn implies a high internal temperature. Why it needed the why it was warm blooded? Because flying means what? It needs more it needs a great rate of metabolism, because of which what? Internal, when the metabolism is there, the internal temperature is also high. Now don't think that, oh, we are not science students, so how can we get to know all these things? No, what they are saying, only we are feeling that that is correct here. Okay, it was flying this one vertebrate, so its blood is warm blood. So why it is warm? Because of rate of metabolism is high, and which in turn increases the internal temperature. So Huxley speculated that a coat of air would insulate against the loss of body temperature and might streamline the body to reduce the drag in flight. Now what is he claiming? Pterosaurus, instead of scales, it had airy coat. Why? Because pterosaurs were flying. If they were flying, it need that internal temperature high. To have that internal temperature, probably this one, its body would have acquired this coat of air, because of which that coat of air would act as an insulator, so that that eye temperature would not escape easily. Okay, that means this modification on pterosaurus was because it was a flying vertebrate. Okay, so that is the thing we have. So therefore, that means what? So the animal has developed these changes. Why? Because it was flying vertebrate. Okay. Now, so pick up the right answer. I have given you the idea. I've given you the this one. T.H. Huxley is feeling that. Yeah. Pick up the answers. Yeah, Imani, you can put your question in the thing. Chat box. Kindly put your question. Okay, so I didn't get any question from Imani. Okay, now let me explain. An animal's brain size has little bearing on it. Is he talking about brain? No. Okay, I could see the this. Oh, no issues, Imani. So yeah, I could see some answers flowing in. Very good. So see, even the answer is wrong. Also, I say very good. Why I say very good for your answers? Because I feel that you people being active and responding is a great step. Hence, so don't worry. Even the answer is wrong, not an issue. So, but I need you people to present the answers. Okay. So don't hesitate to present your answers. Speak your brains. Okay. Text your brains there. So an animal's appearance is often influenced by environmental requirements and physical capabilities. It can be. Why? Because here you could see that, so the body, I mean the this one, what is that? It had a airy quotes. Why? Because that was a flying vertebrate. Okay, that's the reason. Like instead of scales, what had come? The airy core. So that means depending upon the requirements and the thing, so what has happened, the animal's appearance could change there. Okay, yeah, B can be the answer, but however, let's try to omit the other options. If we have, whether if we have a reason to omit the other options or not, let us try to see. Animals within a given family group are unlikely to change their appearance. Here though, it is giving the opposite claim. It is unlikely to change their appearance, it seems. That means it is indirectly saying that pterosaurs are not reptiles. Even pterosaurs should have the scales here. It is just opposite. We don't want. So then the origin of flight invertebrates was an accidental development rather. Whether T.H. Huxley is trying to say whether it is, whether he is commenting whether it is a accidental or a long-term process development it is. His main agenda was not that. His main agenda, why instead of scales, there was a hairy coat, isn't it? So therefore, D also cannot be there. Pterosaurs should be classified as birds, not reptiles. Whether he is claiming that or whether he is justifying instead of scales, he had the pterosaurs had this one. Indirectly, is trying to say that pterosaurs is a reptile. So which is opposite here. So therefore, E also goes out. So therefore, what? B is the right option. Understood? What is the option here? So B is the right option. Getting it now? Next one. It can be inferred. Again, an inference question. Inferred from the passage that which of the following is the characteristic of a pterosaurus? They are trying to say which of them are the characteristics of the pterosaurus. Okay. Now, you can go there and you can try to see. Okay. So now, they were unable to fold their wings when not in use. They were unable to fold their wings when not in use. Okay, so let us try to check out here. Where about the wingspan in the first, but they did not speak anywhere like whether it could fold or not. Okay, so but here you had something, that flying thing. Okay, efforts to explain how pterosaurs become airborne have led to the suggestion they launched themselves by jumping from the cliffs, and this. Each hypothesis, the first strongly assumes that pterosaurs in feet resembled birds and could serve as a hooks by which the animal could hang in preparation. The second hypothesis seemed unlikely because large pterosaurs could not have landed in trees without damaging their wings. That means what? The large pterosaurs means large wings. So that would have damaged their wings. That means why it would have damaged? This is telling indirectly that so the wings of the pterosaurs could not be folded when it came to the rest. Isn't it? It is indirectly saying why when they became rest, okay, or when they stopped their flight, what happened? So their wings could have been damaged. So why? Because they are saying they could have not landed in trees without damaging. That means when they were landing, they were not able to fold their wings, because of which they could have got the damage. So that means what? We can plainly say that, yeah. So they were unable to fold their wings when not in use. While landing, they are not using the wings. But because they are getting damaged, that shows that so the Stegosaurus could not fold their wings. So we can take that. But however, let us try to see the other things. Why? It is inference question. They hung upside down from branches as bats do before flight. This also it was said in that paragraph only. See, hind feet resembled the bats and could serve as a hooks by which the animal could hang in preparation for flight. It was wrongly assumed. Wrongly assumed means what? That you cannot infer. That means it is a wrong assumption. Here they are saying it can hung upside and down. So that means it is wrongly assumed. That means this is not true there. So you cannot infer any. This one, what is that? Wrong information. They flew in order to capture prey. Is it stated anywhere directly? Why did it fly? They are only worried about how it had the flight. They did not say why it flew, isn't it? So therefore, this also is not relevant. They were an early stage in the evolution of the birds. Are they saying? Are they saying like whether they were in their early stage of this? Only they said there are resemblance, but at the same time there is a difference. But they were not talking about whether it is an early stage of birds or a later stage of birds. Therefore, D also cannot be this one. They lived primarily in a forest-like habitat. Is that the thing? No. If you see the last thing, the third, the wind that made such waves. Waves means water waves. That means what? It is indirectly saying that so these animals live near water bodies. Why? Because waves, however, might have been too strong for pterosaurs to control their flight. Waves, where will be getting? The waves we get near water bodies. That means seas, oceans. So that means it is indirectly stating what? Pterosaurs live near water bodies. Therefore, it did not live near forest. Therefore, what is the answer? Can you tell me? A. Wow, wonderful. Wonderful, guys. It is A. Now, which of the following best describes the organization of the last paragraph of the passage? You all know what has happened in the last paragraph. They gave three hypotheses about flying, and all these three hypotheses were seriously flawed. That means they had difficulty to explain these flight. So now you people know, no need of going back and reading again because you know everything. Now tell me, what should be the answer for sixth one? Is it the phenomena? Three explanations for a phenomena. Is it a phenomena? They are only thinking, na. They are not. What is phenomena? Means something which has happened. Okay, so which is happening. That is not the phenomena. So three hypotheses are outlined. So and this one, each is disputed by means of specific information. Okay, three explanations and yeah, you people tell me the answers. Yeah, if you see, three hypotheses are outlined. Perfect. But evidence supporting that is wrong. So we can't take C. So therefore, what is the best answer? B is the best answer. Okay, D, if you see, recent discoveries are discovered. Are they discoveries? No, it's just the hypothesis. They are stating it. So it is not the discoveries there. So B is the best answer. Yeah. So three explanation for a phenomena as presented. Each is disputed by giving some justification, some evidence. So B is the best answer that we have. Now, it can be inferred from the passage that some scientists believe that pterosaurs what lived near large water bodies. Can we have this idea? Just a few minutes back, I spoke about this. We can have had but however, very good. So we can take it. But however, let us justify why can't we take other things. B had a sharp teeth for tearing food. Are they discussing anywhere about it had a sharp teeth? No. Were attacked and eaten by larger reptiles? No. Had long tails than this one? No. Consumed twice their thing? So it is not. Okay. A is the best option that we can pick it up. Guys, so I hope you guys understood how we need to approach the questions. So any doubts you people have, you can ask me the questions, guys. Don't hesitate. Are these long passages in current? Yes, Divya. See, the content is not changed. Only the length of the exam is changed. And like comparatively, our GRE passages are shorter than your GMAT passages and your CAT passages, other exam passages. Comparatively, when you compare, GRE passages are shorter. But what is that difference is GRE uses jargons more, jargons in the sense, so technical words, all of these things are used. But yes, one more thing I would like to say here is that so many times GRE passages will be seen in GMAT passages will be seen in GRE also. Okay, don't think that okay, these are separate, those are separate. You will see in the main exams only this will be taken. See, ultimately passages, what is the this one, requirement of passage in the sense, so everywhere why they are testing passage, to test the same skills what GRE is testing, whatever GMAT is testing is same as GRE. So therefore, what happens? The passages are interchanged. That's it. Don't be under this one. How to analyze these questions quickly in time? Yes, definitely. You need to this one. What is that? Understand the questions. Whatever the theory part and all handouts you people have, please understand there. I have given the this one. What is that? We have given you which question will be what type. So all those things are grouped there. Okay, so kindly go through that theoretical part also, and the way we are analyzing in the class, please see there. and indirectly you try to mug up that method. Okay, Sahil. So that's what. And over the practice, you can manage the time. You can't like immediately after this class you will be quick in doing this. Yes, I'll not assure this. You need to practice first. You need to practice the method accurately. After accurately you practice, so what you need to do, you need to then reduce the time. First, right now you focus on, you are analyzing the questions properly and you are trying to get the answer properly. Okay, so then what happens, once you get that thing, so then start focusing on your time. Right now if you focus on time, you may not be able to do the things accurately. Okay, now Divya, also is the difficulty level same as the passage we did now? Yes, it will be same. That's what it depends. It's a moderate level passage. Whatever the passage I gave now, it is moderate. It is neither easy nor difficult, but moderate level. Yeah, we'll be discussing the difficult level also. But yes, you will have all these difficult level questions only in your passages. Right? Yeah. Any other questions? Please post in questions. Don't carry the questions back with you guys. Then see, after the class you realize I need to I had to ask this question, I had to ask this question. Then for tomorrow, to by tomorrow to you'll forget. So whatever the question comes into your mind, you need to ask. So if you don't have the question, so then I need to think like this, what is that? So either like, what is that? So you people have completely understood everything, or nothing has gone into the brain. So which one I should take, the first one or the second one? Okay, it's good that if you have first one, very good. Okay, so even I want the same thing, that first one should be the thing. Yeah, guys, we'll do more passages tomorrow and day after tomorrow again, like we'll be working on more passages. Okay, please practice. And see, practice is very important. Now you may be feeling, yeah, we understand, we understood, okay, so passage is so simple, everything that's there. But when you practice, you really come across the issues. Okay, so for tomorrow's class, before coming, try to practice at least one or two passage, so that you will come to know the problem, practical problem that you may get. Okay, so those problems we can discuss tomorrow in the Q&A section. So for tomorrow, I want you people to practice and come with your passages. Okay? Because I want tomorrow you people need to ask the questions. It is not just what is that, okay, explanation over, done the class. No, come out with questions. So for having the questions, you need to practice. At least on one passage, you practice and see what are the issues that you guys get. Okay. Once you get the issues, that means what? Yeah, you're working. If you're not getting the issues, you have understood well. Okay. Right. But be okay then, guys. We'll see you tomorrow in the class. So have a great evening. Bye. Take care. Welcome, Imani. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Also, if anyone has any other doubt related to our website or any other links, you may ask now, or we shall end the session. Thank you.